Hey friends, happy Friday. Leah Rowe here, life, business, and culture coach at The Perk, and I want to jump right in. We are talking today about working remotely with your kids. In my lifetime, I have never recommended to anyone that they work remotely with their kids. However, the world is in a different state right now. Schools are shutting down if they haven't already in your town, and so a lot of people are being required to work remotely from home with their children. And so I want to talk with you all today because you can still be productive and you can still keep your sanity and work remotely with your kids. But let me tell you some tips. So the first tip is do not work and parent at the same time. Don't try it. I always say, I do not feel guilty about being a working mom, but I feel uber guilty when I'm trying to work and be a mom at the same time because I'm half-assing both things and I like to whole-ass one thing. So do not try and work and parent at the same exact time. If you are in a two-parent household, have a discussion now. Talk about what are both of your requirements with work. Talk with your bosses, and you'll need to sub in and out. So that's something that Dan and I do. Betty is 20 months old, and so she can't be left alone, or she'll put like a fork in the electrical outlet. So one of us is working while the other one's with the baby, and then we sub. We usually sub in and out every hour or so. And since we run the business together, we're usually talking in between as we're subbing in and out to make sure the other one has what they need to keep going. But first tip, don't work and parent at the same time. If you have older kids, make sure you have a discussion with them. One of my friends said that she tells her teenagers, young teenagers, if you're home from school, that's great. However, I still have to work. So when my door is closed, that means I'm on a meeting and you need to text me if you need something. So if your kids are older and can be on their own, just make sure you're having those discussions with them. If you're a single parent household, I do not have personal experience being a single parent, but wait for tip number 2 because that will be helpful. So first tip, don't work and parent at the same time. Number 2, be realistic about what you can and can't do. You're not going to get as much done working remotely with your kids as you could do working remotely without your kids. It's just not going to happen. So think about how many hours can you actually work to maintain your health and your sanity, because parenting is really, really hard. So think about how many hours can you actually work. Then try it. Let your team know, hey, I think I can work 5 hours, 3 hours in the morning and then 2 hours in the evening. Try it. And if it doesn't work, change it, course correct it, and just communicate. Say, hey guys, you know what? I really thought I was gonna be able to pull this off. I can only work 2 hours right now, and I'm sorry. So be realistic about what you can and can't do. You are not expected to be a superhero. Number 3, eliminate screen guilt. Your kids are gonna watch more TV during this time, and let's just all not feel guilty about it. It's fine. The kids are gonna be fine. Put on some educational TV and just eliminate your screen guilt. Number 4, embrace showing your kids what you do every day. Here's a screenshot from a meeting we were on this morning. Betty Pearl is on all of our Zoom calls right now unless she's napping. And you know what? That's okay. I kind of like showing her that, hey, mommy and daddy are building a business and you're a part of it, so welcome to the team. So just embrace showing your kids what you do every day. And number 5, be gentle with yourself. This is a tough time. You're working remotely not because you absolutely want to with your kids, but because you have to. So just be gentle with yourself. Be compassionate. You can totally do this. You are amazing. So those are my tips for working remotely with your kids. Now, let me give you some tips for managing a remote team who's working remotely with their kids. Number 1, embrace all the previous tips I just shared with you and share them with your team. Number 2, lead by example. Be the one to have your toddler come on a Zoom call and show that it's okay. When you are a leader, you have to show that you are embracing this. You are okay with your kids showing up on a Zoom call, and then other people will be okay with theirs. But if you just say, oh yeah, kids can show up on Zoom calls, and then you never let your kids come on the Zoom calls, other people are going to take that as they say it's okay, but it's really not, and I don't feel safe doing it. So lead by example, have your kids show up on Zoom calls, be the one to say, these are the hours that I think I can work. Be the one to say, you know what? I thought I could work those hours and it didn't work. Lead by example. Number 3, have daily check-ins with your team. Here are some questions to ask. Given the priorities, what will you be able to get done today to feel accomplished and sane? You have an amazing team. They want to get shit done. It's really hard right now. So ask them, what will you be able to get done today to feel accomplished and keep your mental sanity? Number 2, what are you embracing about working at home with your kids? As a life coach, I love perspective shifts. So ask, what are you embracing about this? Maybe they get to watch Toy Story at lunch with their kid. Maybe they get to have a little bit of a slower morning. What are you embracing? Let's put a little positive spin. Find a silver lining in there. And then the third one, what is the most challenging thing right now? Let's brainstorm how I or the company can help. So make sure you're asking what's really challenging to you right now, working remotely with your kids, and then brainstorm together to see if there's a solution or a way to help make it better. All right, so embrace the previous tips, share them with your team, lead by example, daily check-ins with your team. The fourth one, be gentle with your team. Be compassionate, assume positive intent, and trust. Again, you have an amazing team. We don't know all the facts of what's going on in the world. You don't know all the facts of what's going on in your team members' brain, emotionally, stress-wise. You don't know exactly how things are going working at home together with their kids. So just be compassionate. We are going to get through this. We are going to return to normalcy. And you don't want to look back and really regret that you were a jerk during the time of coronavirus. So be gentle with your team, be compassionate, assume positive intent, and trust. Lastly, I'm going to be doing these videos every day for right now because you know what? We all need it. So don't miss them. You can go to www.choosetheperk.com and sign up, and you will get an alert every time there's a new one. Also, ask me questions. What are you concerned about? What challenges are you having? I would love to help you and also do some video content on that so that other people can benefit as well. And on Monday, I'm doing remote culture office hours. So I'm opening up my schedule. Book me for a 20-minute call and we will strategize for your own company and go over questions that you're having or struggles you're having, and we'll figure it out together. So thanks all. Hang in there. You are all doing an amazing job. You are killing it. I'm so proud of you. Do not feel like you can't reach out. I would love to talk further and help you all. Thanks.